Greetings, younglings, Padawans, and Jedi Knights. It is I, the Grand Master Jeddalo, here to give you another lesson in the ways of the Force. And welcome to another 31 Days of Halloween. Today in this video, we're going to be doing The Raven, a short indie horror game. By BlueBird Games, I'm guessing, because that's what it says down there at the bottom of the screen. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do. Couple things before, I want to address this before I get started. I'm not going to be the one narrating this whole thing. I actually was actually going to have a friend of mine on Facebook, who's also a voice actor, does a killer James Earl Jones impression. He nails James Earl Jones, and I wanted him to do this for be the one narrating. So contacted him, asked him about it, and I'll just say, due to personal reasons, which I will not mention in the video, he couldn't do it. So, and then I went to Fiverr to see if I could find somebody on there. Cheapest one was $25 for the gig, but the amount of words that I needed done would have cranked it up to $100, and I didn't have $100 to blow on just one video, so that was out. So I resulted in using a James Earl Jones AI, where it's an AI sounding like James Earl Jones. I found a pretty decent one. So I used that, that's what you'll hear, and I used another AI for, this other section of the video, to do that, and, yeah, so, I mean, it's, with the James Earl Jones AI, it's really weird how it pronounces the word wind. It doesn't really say wind. You'll see what I'm saying when you get to that part of the video, but it doesn't say wind for whatever reason. But, it is what it is. So, I'm just going to read this beginning part, that I'm going to let the James Earl Jones AI take over. So, here we go. The Raven. Ephraim, a man burdened by grief after the loss of his beloved Lenore, drowns his sorrows in alcohol as an escape. But one day, while pursuing a mysterious book of forgotten science, he is interrupted by the visit of a majestic raven. Alright. Time for the James Earl Jones voice to take over. The James Earl Jones AI to take over. So take it away.
In the stillness of the night lies my afflicted heart. For I have lost my beloved, my sweet Lenore. In her tomb rests her motionless and cold beauty, and my soul is left alone in the deepest agony. How to move forward without her warm embrace? How to find light amidst this twilight's trace? For her smile and her love were my sole reason to be. And now her absence makes me long to fade and flee. Yet I shall carry on, though my heart tears apart with pain, seeking solace in the memories of our love's remain. For though my beloved has gone far away, her love shall lie forever in my shattered heart's array. Let death not be the end of our true love's accord, but the beginning of eternity together in a sincerer world. While here on earth darkness veils me with its chilling shade, your light shall keep shining in my soul like a crimson blade. And as I await the moment to be with you in eternal space, your memory shall stay alive in my heart, my divine grace. Is this real? I cannot escape this pain. Time has halted. How can I carry on? Why can't I remember everything clearly? Why do I only have these blurry and fragmented images? Where are you, my love? Come back, I beseech. How can I move forward without you? How can I find purpose in life after losing you? Lenore.
Christianity embraces an unwavering faith, where philosophers like Aristotle and the Peripatetics strive to uphold conflicting opinions about the nature of things. However, I cannot endorse any of the theories about demons put forth by Plato, Porphyry, Plotinus, Jamblichus, and others, who, though they have written extensively about demons, have created more fantasies than realities. Therefore, I cannot subscribe to their views, even though they have been supported by learned men. As a result, I worship the Almighty God, the architect of the universe, who, before creating this admirably adorned world with the orders of wondrous spirits, had created these incorporeal beings, as testified by the divine messengers sent to us through Moses for a long time. In the deep of the night, when shadows lengthen and fears lurk, this story comes to life. I firmly believe in the accounts told by those who spoke with God through the words of ancient sacred texts. It was a time of benevolent beings who, from the heights of goodness, ruled over all that existed. They were intelligent beings, though without physical form, in tune with the divine nature, limited yet conformed to it. God created and cared for them so that they, in turn, would worship and adore Him. He bestowed upon them outstanding intelligence, magnificent consciousness, and eternal knowledge. Their souls shone like rays of divine light, emanating from the true source of eternal faith.
What does this all mean? I fail to comprehend this tome. Its strange and haunting pages sow uncertainty within me. Drinking wine does little to soothe the growing unease. Time passes and my interest in the book gradually wanes. Despite that, I must admit that. A loud knocking at my door startles me, making the book fall from my hands. I try to silence the incessant pounding of my heart, to no avail. Who could it be at this hour of the night? Pardon, fair lady or noble sir, I beseech your pardon for the delay. I must confess slumber overcame me, and I did not perceive your knocks at my door. Hesitant, I opened the door, only to find a dark and cold hallway. Lenore, I murmured, and the echo returned it in a chilling whisper. Is this a dream, or an endless nightmare? What was that? Could it have been just the wind? No, it can't be the wind. That thud was too clear. Someone has knocked on my window. I contemplated the unfathomable blackness for a long while. The wind howled fiercely, and I could also perceive the first drops of rain falling. Only the wind and nothing more, I thought, still doubtful of my own sanity. With reluctance, I closed the window and decided to return to my chair. Without a trace of reverence, an ominous bird of yore burst into the room. It perched upon the bust of Pallas, motionless like a statue. I regained composure and, in my role as a host, approached the horrid raven. Even with your crest maimed and severed, art thou not a coward? O raven of horrifying aspect, that wanders from night's Plutonian shore. Tell me, what is thy lordly name from night's Plutonian shore? Quoth the raven, nevermore. I was perplexed by the unheard of eloquence of this ominous bird of yore. However, its vague and irrelevant response left me somewhat indifferent. Has any living being had the privilege to witness such an act? Bird or beast, perched upon the sculpted bust of Pallas with such a disquieting name. Nevermore. I observed the bird for a while, barely whispering. I uttered the following words. Other friends have forsaken me before. Tomorrow, he shall leave me as well, just as my hopes have done. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Surely, what it says is all it knows. A single repertoire of words learned from some wretched master, whom it must have harassed relentlessly, until its dirges bore only one meaning. until the chance of its hope carried that melancholy burden of nevermore. However, the presence of this ebony bird drew a smile upon my face. Did God grant me this moment to forget, even if briefly, the absence of my beloved? Whatever the reason may be, I must displace my chair for a better view of the raven. Perched upon the bust of Pallas, the bird, whose eyes seemed like burning embers, peered into the depths of my soul. Weaving one fantasy after another, I found myself sketching the raven on the pages of my diary. In that moment, the atmosphere seemed to grow denser, infused with an invisible incense, as the steps of seraphs resounded on the carpeted floor. Wretch, your God has granted you respite through these angels. A respite of nepenthe for your memories of Lenore. Hasten, oh hasten this sweet nepenthe, and forget your absent beloved Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, thing of evil, whether bird or devil, sent by the tempter, or cast upon this haunted refuge by the storm. Prophet, tell me, I beseech you, is there balm in Gilead? Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, thing of evil, whether bird or devil, by that firmament stretching above our heads, by that God we both adore. Tell this sorrow-laden soul, if in the distant Eden, this weary soul shall find its beloved. If this weary soul shall find its beloved, whom angels called Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Be that word our sign of parting, bird or fiend. Fly back into the tempest, to the night's Plutonian shore. Leave no black plume as a token of the lies your spirit has spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken, quit the bust above my door. Take thy beak from out my heart, and take thy form from off my door. Quoth the raven, nevermore. And the raven, never flitting, still is sitting. Still is sitting on the pallid bust of Pallas, on the door frame of my room. Its eyes have the appearance of a meditating demon. Its shadow stretches across the carpeted floor, and my soul, deep within that shadow, remains imprisoned, unable to break free. Nevermore.
Well, Padawans, this was The Raven. Hope you guys liked it. Yeah, I wasn't the one narrating it. It was a James Earl Jones AI and a other AI. Who was that? That's from Speechify, I think it was. Speechify? I don't know. I'll if I can remember what it was, I'll link it in the description below. But yeah, this was the those were two AIs that I used for this. Wanted to do something a little different than just my voice narrating the whole thing, so that's why I did it that way. So, but hopefully you all enjoyed it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you enjoyed the AIs, even though you see what I was saying in the beginning, how wind came off as wind. What the hell is wind? It's like, well, wine is a word, but the AI perceived it as wind instead of wind, so. But hey, it is what it is, you know? But hopefully you still all enjoyed it. Thank you all for watching. And until next time, my younglings, Padawans, and Jedi Knights, remember, Force will be with you. Always. And happy Halloween.
Greetings, Padawans. I'm Commander Corvette of the Rebellion. The Grand Master has requested me to convey some important information to you all. He requested that you check out his Patreon page at www.patreon.com/Jeddalo to see all the bonus content and behind-the-scenes action you could receive when pledging to help his channel. All proceedings he receives from his Patreon will be used to help fund future missions, such as training cast and crew, along with a possible cup of BlueBird. And to finally defeat that uncharismatic tyrant, the severe asthma.